Hello guys, welcome to Synthfurist. I'm your host. In today's video I would like to show you a very different watch from the ones I presented to you on my channel quite recently. So what's on my wrist today? I am wearing a Hublot Big Bang Ferrari. So that's a collaboration between Hublot and the very famous Italian car manufacturer Ferrari. So in today's episode I would like to focus on this watch and show you how to use it. I'll go through all the functions that this watch has to offer. It is a cool looking watch. It's very different from Rolex's. It's meant to look like this. It's very sporty and it bears some references to the world of fast cars. Before I get started, I need my white gloves to present this watch in a proper way. Okay, so that's all ready. Let's get started. This watch is a very stunning chronograph, and in my opinion this is one of the nicest chronograph watches of all, and I'll tell you why. However, let's focus on what we see here. The case of this watch is, as I remember, 45 millimeters. It's made of titanium. As you can see, it's very chunky. However, the watch is very light. The bezel is a very intricate thing about this timepiece. It's made of a forged carbon, so it gives this watch this nice and raw look. I personally like this combination. It is very nice. The main things that you can see immediately at 9 o'clock, you can see the iconic Ferrari badge, and 3 o'clock it is this iconic sub-dial that looks like one of the counters from Ferrari dashboard. The date display is colored in yellow. It gives this watch this sporty and Ferrari looking appearance there. I'll show you now how to use the watch, how to wind it, how to set time, how to set date, and how to use the chronograph. And in this case, the best thing about the timepiece is how you use the chronograph and these two chronograph pushers. Before we get started, we have to wind the watch and make sure there is plenty of power running within the watch, so you can use the chronograph. First thing, and that's a very clever thing from Hublot, is that unscrewing the crown is very simple and it only requires a quarter of a turn, like this. And as you can see, the red dot, it indicates the alignment of the crown against the case. Right now the crown is unscrewed. However, to screw it back, you have to make sure the red dot is aligned with the case. Now you can push it, twist, quarter of a turn, and now it's all secured. So the watch is water resistant to, I think, 100 meters. I'm not sure. I'll have to double check that for you. Okay, so before we get started with time and date setting, we have to wind the watch. So that's gonna be the first position after unscrewing the crown. Let's give it a few turns so it runs with plenty of power and we don't have to worry that the watch will stop suddenly. Yeah, I think the watch has sufficient power now. Now we can focus on setting the date. The first thing I always set in my watch is time function. The first click is date. We will go on to the very last click, which is time setting. I always make sure that I go through 12 o'clock mark because it's midnight, and then you can see that date will advance to the 3rd. Yeah, as you can see, it changed, so it means we went past midnight and we can now set a proper time. So for the purpose of this video, I will set the time to, let's say, 8 o'clock, 8 or maybe 8:30, so you can see the Hublot logo. It's very nice. It's a skeleton dial. Okay, 8:30. Push it all back, and in order to adjust date, you have to push it to the second position, which is date function. Turn the crown. The date wheel is moving, and you can see the whole date wheel because it's a skeleton dial. Let's set it to the 17th for the purpose of this video. In order to screw the crown back, you have to find the red dot. There you go. The crown is aligned with the case, and now we can screw it back. In my opinion, this is the easiest to use chronograph that I've ever seen. And now I'll show you how to use the chronograph. And these two chronograph pushers, they remind me of the shift paddles in Ferrari. They are so seamless to use and very simple. How they work is so satisfying, so let's give it a go. See how easy it is? Compared to Speedmaster, let's say, it's much more seamless and hassle-free. And in this case, we've got a chronograph with a 60-minute counter at 3 o'clock. Only counter that we've got with this timepiece, and in my opinion, this is more than enough. Beautiful watch. If you want to stop the chronograph, just push it again. And if you want to restart to 12 o'clock, just push the button pusher. If you want to restart the chronograph, however, you want the chronograph to keep on working again and not stopping at 12 o'clock, the only thing you have to do is to push the button pusher there. If you want to stop using it, just press the top pusher again and then button to restart the chronograph. Okay, so these are all the functions that you have in the watch: stopwatch, chronograph, date, and also basic time. It is a very cool looking watch. You can see the inserts there made of carbon, Ferrari logo on it. Also the case back. It's a beautiful automatic movement. With this timepiece you have a quick release strap mechanism. So in order to release the strap, let's say from 12 o'clock, all you need to do is push this button there like so, and now the strap is released. To push it back, just simply align the metal bits there with the case, push it back. The clasp in this watch is single deployant. You can see Hublot made in carbon there, carbon insert with the titanium clasp. That's a rubber strap with black Alcantara finish to the outside. In my opinion, this is one of the best chronograph because it works so seamless, so you can use it when driving and there are no problems to operate the chronograph like this. And the crown only requires you to do a quarter of a turn to fully seal the watch. You might say it's too funky looking, and I know this watch is not for everyone. However, for the sole purpose of this watch being used when driving and doing some motorsports with it, the watch is just amazing. Okay, let me take the gloves off so I can wear the watch and show you on my wrist again. I do like this watch. I know it's a Hublot, I know, however, it is one of the best chronographs that I've ever used. You've got oversized hour markers, it's quite easy to read despite it's a skeleton dial, forged carbon bezel there, it's so shiny, so it gives this nice contrast to this watch. You can see the layers of the carbon there if you look at the side of the watch, some different screws standing out, protruding. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I showed you how to set time, date, operate the great chronograph. When I've started wearing this watch, I couldn't stop playing with these chronograph pushers. It's so interesting. It is a great looking watch. I love it. I simply love it. It's so easy to use. It's so seamless. You can even release the strap and replace it for whatever you want from Hublot, and just once done, just push it back. So simple, and it doesn't require you using any screwdrivers or any spring bar tools. Yeah, this watch was made for your convenience of use. Stunning timepiece, and I think that's it for today guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe to Synth Wrist and stay tuned for more. Bye.